Man, this is nostalgic listening to this. I'm going to stick with the theme of entering with wrestling themes because I just think it's fucking hilarious. I'm going to continue to do it. Some might think it's cheesy. I agree. It's super cheesy, and that's why I love doing it. This is the demolition theme, and if you know wrestling and you don't know demolition, you don't know wrestling. There was a match once upon a time where it was demolition versus the Road Warriors, and I don't think there's ever been a more intimidating collection of human beings in one small place. If you watch that match, you're just like, oh my god, all of these dudes look fucking terrifying. I thought maybe they were all just scary because I was a kid. But no. It wasn't just scary because I was a kid. It was scary because these guys were scary. Anyways, what's going on, guys? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show. And today we're just hanging out with STL AmpHub, as we tend to like to do around here, as it is just an absolutely miraculous plugin. It's just incredible. If you haven't tried it, I'm going to say it twice in this stream, once at the start, once at the end, or somewhere in the end. Try it for 3 months. Make sure that you're recording. You're active, because it's a subscription service. Try it for 3 months or even 1 month. Make sure you have time to use it and lots of different projects to work on, and you will not get stumped for a tone in here, and a really good tone in here. I'm telling you right now. Thomas, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing extremely well. I just cracked a Coke and I realized immediately it's not what I want to drink. It's a bummer. I'm going to sip sparingly on it. Anyways, we are going to get the stream started today. What are we doing? We're using AmpHub's brand new September update, and this is the Cali, not the Fortin Cali, but the Cali. This is the Cali Mach 2 CP. I like it. And now, I'm going to admit fully in advance that this is an amp that is, wow, Brain Dead's here, everybody. Wow, it's been a bit. Home Slice, nice to see you. And we have a couple friends that have not been in here in a while. I remember for a while, Ilmyrus was here every single stream, and he was on top of it. I think we all miss Ilmyrus. Myers, if you watch one of these back, I mean, I hope nothing bad happened to him or anything like that. You always wonder when people just dip, and when it's like they're a member of the community, right? It's always weird when somebody dips. You always wonder why they dipped. You know what I mean? I don't generally care. I don't care about the subscribers and stuff, and I'm trying to get serious on you guys, but. Yeah, it's weird when somebody that's talking all the time in every single stream, if someone's talking and they're a big part of the conversation, and all of a sudden, pow, just vanish. Anyways, we're hanging out today, as mentioned several times, so I'm using my Mindsinger Tempest. Everybody, this guitar means a lot to me. It's a fantastic instrument. I love this company and everything about them. Daryl is just a fantastic human being, and man, I haven't played this guitar in a minute, and it's almost perfectly in tune. That's pretty cool. But there have been some changes to the environment. Let me see how I'm doing for neck tension. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's see what we got for level now. Not much of one. I don't know how to make this angry. I want to make sure that we're all good to go, though. Yeah, I'm all set up here. Just to make sure that our signal's good, I want to make sure it says just test one of the gainy amps real quick. All right, we're good. I just on a clean tone. And we all know that the Mark II C Plus has a sneaky good clean tone. This amp has actually been the voice behind several blues players, as well as Southern rock acts have used this. This amp is really a serious badass. And I will admit freely that this is an amp that is very complex, and that I do not know how to use it. I really don't. I am is Brutal Impact. Nice. Brutal Impact. I love that. Fuck yeah. I think saying fuck a lot of times tends to get my streams tucked in some other algorithm. I'm told if you swear too much, that's why all the, even like the gritty YouTubers are starting to censor the word fuck now. Fuck that. We're all adults here. We're all adults here. We're gonna swear. It happens. So if you're a teenager and you're watching this, you've probably got a way more foul mouth than I do. So I don't have to worry about being impressionable on anyone. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Brain Dead, as mentioned, nice to see you, Thomas. Thomas now, and Thomas is working with me and Aurora DSP because Thomas, let's see if you guys can figure this out. Thomas is working with myself and Aurora DSP with an artist on bringing an artist signature, a signature. We're gonna call it a signature expansion. You guys, they haven't been super secret about the drive-through platform. I can freely tell you guys the drive-through platform is coming. It is coming sooner than later. They are working on it right now. And there will be signature expansions for this. And one of those signature expansions Thomas is helping with. And Thomas is helping because Thomas knows A, High Gain, and B, this is one of Thomas's favorite bands, and C, Thomas is he speaks the same language as this band, as this particular Czech metal band. So let's see if anybody can guess on what band that we are going to be seeing some signature fun from. And when I say fun, I mean this product is going to be one of the funniest products you've ever seen. And it's also going to be crushing. It's not just going to be one of those like joke looking type things. It's going to have an appearance that people are going to talk about. I can promise you that. People are going to talk about this. They're going to laugh and they're going to enjoy it. That's what I can promise you all three of those things. People are going to download this. They are going to at least do demos for this because of the fun marketability of this product. I cannot wait for you guys to check it out. AmpHub is not free. Brutal Impact. Now, we're getting to Brutal Impact. Brutal Impact is brand new, and we love brand new users in the chat. But, Brutal Impact, we have some questions for you. I'm going to assume that your name being Brutal Impact, you're not looking you're not going to look to nail the tones of Al Di Meola or maybe Brad Paisley in like the jazz and flamenco. You're not looking for that. Am I correct to assume here that you are looking for the bolds, the big meat? You like this. You're looking for the big stuff. Yes. The big gainy stuff. Yeah. Is that what you're looking for? I need to know what are you looking for? What sound are you after? Even you can get band specific with me, or which analog amps are your favorites and which amps are you most interested to try plug-in versions of? These are the questions I have for you as we get started here. AmpHub is not free, but I think there's a way. I think the AmpHub player, you're looking for a way to get Hatebreed tone? Boy, have you come to the right place. Oh, you've come to the right place. We literally just did a stream not long ago where we did Hatebreed tone. That's great. I love that you're asking for like something more raw, raunchy. Now, Hatebreed is over the years has used a few different amps. I booked Hatebreed a few times here in my hometown. I used to be a concert promoter. I booked them, I believe, 3 times, twice for certain. I have to go through my logs. I'm pretty sure it was 3 times. Over the span of, I think, three separate albums. And every time I saw them, they were using, one time I saw them, they were using 5150s. And another time I saw them, there were Marshalls there as well. I think the one guy from, the fella, oh my God, his name has slipped my mind. The fella who's currently going through and, geez Louise. I don't want to get his name wrong. That just make me feel like a huge piece of shit. So I know. Yes, Wayne Lozniak. Wayne Lozniak, I've never met the man. apart from, you know, seeing them live and whatnot. I've seen them more than 3 times as well. And one of my favorite hardcore bands of all time. So you've definitely come to the right place on this one. And cheers. I want to just, you know, give Wayne Lozniak, everyone here at the Amp Sim universe, all of us, each and every one of us here wanted, you know, our best wishes and our A+, and kind of go get them sort of scenario. And the best of luck in a very, very tough scenario for Wayne Lozniak. He's going through some health concerns at the moment. It just sucks. It sucks. Having a friend who had one of my really, really, really close friends passed away due to complications with a brain tumor. It's not something I talk about that often, but one of my closest friends, one of my former bandmates. So I know what he went through, and so big ups and the best wishes from everybody here and from our community to Wayne Lozniak. So I just wanted to take a quick second to say that, guys. I hope that's cool with you. AmpHub is not free, and a brutal impact. I was about to call you brutal assault, but that's festival, a cool one at that. Brutal. I'm just going to call you brutal for now. Brutal impact rather. Also, what is your experience with analog gear? Are you a gearhead? Have you had lots of amps? Are you just looking to move over to plugins, or are you more of the type that just you've had combo amps, maybe a Katana, maybe a few other things, but you haven't really had a lot of hands-on. You want to sound like Hatebreed. We can do that too. Just trying to get a feel for the pool I'm swimming in, if you get what I mean. All right. I have no idea how to make this amp sound good. And that can be a problem, isn't it? As far as I understand, there are not very many presets for this. Let's go to the Cali. Where is it? Cali. There you are. Only 3 presets? And I don't know, man. Okay. I'm just going to forget it. We're just going to go it on our own. You've never used a digital amp. I'm looking for recording options. But you're familiar. Okay. I'm a huge hardcore death metal. Not awesome. Yeah, Biohazard's been one of my favorites since the very beginning I was 15 when I heard them for the first time. And I'm telling you, when you hear Shades of Grey for the first time, and you like, like if you've never heard any of that stuff, that was my introduction to hardcore was Biohazard. I think for many of us around my age, most of us got into it. The generation after was probably Hatebreed, maybe Earth Crisis, stuff like that. That's also what Ron D. Rock and I love. We've bonded over hardcore over the years as well. He's a huge hardcore guy. Check out Loudstack, by the way. Loudstack, Loudstack, some of the best pre-made MIDI you will ever use in your entire life, and made by one hell of a human being, maybe one of the best human beings that I know in this entire industry. I would argue to say he's top 3. So your business goes to a good place. Now, someone's gonna have to help me get this amp sounding good, because this is one of those amps. I'm just, I've never had my hands on one. We had one guy in the jam space that had one. If you even fucking looked at it the wrong way, he knew about it. It was like that scenario from like Step Brothers, where if he would come into the jam space and just someone touching it? Were you fucking touching it? Were you touching it? You even fucking look at it. You took the cover off, didn't you? You took the dust cover off. I'll stab you. Like the type of guy that just would let the shirt off his back, the last of his hair gel. If you knew the guy, you'd understand. But if you even looked at his amp the wrong way, there was no chance you were using it. Nothing. The only chance that you maybe had to use it is if you happened to show up when he was just finishing, and you could plug your own guitar into it and play with his unedited settings. That was the only thing you were doing. So I have no idea. I have no idea. I need to look at this up more. So we're just going to get there as we get there, shall we? Okay. All right, we're getting better. We're getting warmer here. All right, let's go back here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I know I did. Xander, what's up? Brain dead again. Yeah, we missed you too, dude. We really did. We have a few people that we miss around here. And I know, I won't even say the user's name because I don't think he wants me to draw attention to it, but I did actually reach out to a particular user that I hadn't seen around in a bit. And I did have his email from a contest win. And he's doing good. And he does lurk. It's just like, I guess things are going on, and he just doesn't always feel like he's not really in the mood to be as interactive as he used to be. So he knows who he is, and if he's out there, cheers, dude, and thanks for watching. All right, so we're gonna try our best here. We're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best. Big scoop. We're looking for Thrash for off a start. And out in front of it, I'll tell you what I'd like to use. And it's not exactly like the one used back in the day, I don't think. But I would like to use this guy here. And see what we got. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna use that after. I'm not even getting to the cab right now, unless did they add the mock cab as well? They did not. So, I mean, I'm already using the pretty much what I want to be using anyways. I don't like that they changed their default cabinet setting. I don't even know where it went. It used to be, and when they changed it to, they changed it at some point. And it used to be a 421 and a 441 or a 414 or something. Then they changed it, and it sounds a bit different now. Still sick, though. Still sick. So we're going to leave that the way it is. We're going to have this for later. And I'm still just going to just distract from the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. So where exactly is the gain? Where's all the gain? Sounding good, though. All right, let me see here. Gotta move. Are you assuming his John? I just assumed he wasn't in here to get some Al Di Meola, or he wasn't looking for any Pat Travers, or, he wasn't really after any Dickie Betts, or probably no ACD. Maybe some ACDC, though. I mean, I don't know. If you hear the word brutal and picture Brian Johnson screaming the word brutal, I can't do it. I used to be able to do a decent Brian Johnson, but it's long since passed. Okay. My analog amp is an orange micro Terra. Nice. There's actually an amp sim based on the tiny Terra, which isn't that crazy? There are amp sims based on almost anything you can think about. But you know what we're going to start you with? Stuff that is absolutely free. That's where I want to start you. I want to start you easy and free. So the first product, and are you working with a DAW, or are you hoping for, obviously you're working with a DAW if you're hoping to record, yeah? If that's the case, where you're going to start is something called the Audiority L12X. And we're going to start there. And the Nembrini Audio Crunk. If we could get one of you guys, can one of you guys, maybe Pedro, just so everybody's not typing it, can you guys type out those products? Audiority L12X and the Nembrini Audio Crunk. Both of them are pretty easy to get. You just sign up for accounts, you just download are you proficient with software? Like, are you okay with, installing the programs and everything else? I don't know what level of, that's the other thing that's always important, is your level of computer usage. Like, are you computer usage friendly? Some people are not. And I've worked with all kinds. It's got to be well over 100 now. Well over 100 people I've probably helped get into amp sims from scratch, so we can do that with you too, don't you worry. So we'll go after some, as far as Hatebreed goes, here's one thing I want to make sure that we get into as well. And I know we recently looked up Wayne Wozniak's equip board. I know we were actually on there. We definitely did that. Also, Brutal Impact, we have a joke around. It's kind of a little joke around here for some of us that, I mean, we occasionally use it. We listen to the song Tear It Down from time to time on the stream here. And I just find it hilarious that Jamie Josta tells you in that song to tear it down now. But man, at this point, he knows he's got to be talking to people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even that enjoy Hatebreed. I'm sorry, but I'm just at this point in my life, I need more time if I'm going to tear anything down. I need more time. I need time to plan. I need to figure things out, my schedule. I can't just go out tearing things down every time someone tells me to. Shut up. All right, Wayne Wozniak. Okay, I'm pretty sure if I just saw a rig rundown where he uses Marshalls, and he's using Deans these days as well. He's been with Dean for a while. Although I don't see a Dean anywhere in here. I don't see how is it gonna go and mess that up. Also interesting that they have him using Dunlop strings when he's been right here. He's got his own actual string with Sit. These are awesome. I was with Sit for a while and I got these Sit Wayne Wozniak strings, and man, Sit's awesome. They stay live and crispy longer than any other string I've ever used. And I'm kind of sad not to be with them anymore, but they changed their artist thing around, and I'm just not important. And I used to get like a little pack of free strings every year, but things have changed. And that's okay. Now I'm happy buying my strings now from the local guitar store when they actually have strings. But yeah, 58 to 11. Whew, that's a nice gauge. He uses EMG 81s. That's going to be another factor in the tone of Hatebreed here is the EMG 81. EMG 81, both guitar players use it, and it is a distinct sound. Whether you people want to believe it or not, it's a very distinct sound. It's like if you're looking for a Slayer tone, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen for you unless you have an EMG 81 in your guitar. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking to get bang on. And this is the amp he uses, the Marshall JCM 2000 TSL 100 triple super lead 3-channel 100-watt guitar amp head. That whole thing's your name. Wow. Right down. Wow. He uses Boss SD1 out front. I didn't know that. He's got an overdrive out front of some sort to boost. That's cool. I didn't know that. When I saw them, there were no pedals on the stage. I don't see a 5150 anywhere in here, so it had to be the other guy. I could swear they were using 5150s at one point when they came here. But anyways, I'm pretty sure Wayne Wozniak's been using this amp for a really long time, and there unfortunately is no JCM 2000 on the market. There is nothing. Is Bo here yet? Bo or somebody else would have a recommendation on what's going to get you close. And in about 6 months, less than 6 months, I would think, I'd say about maybe 4 months, 3-4 months, there's going to be a very interesting Marshall plugin coming to market that may get you close. I actually don't know anything about the JCM 2000s. I know literally nothing about them. Everything after the 800 was not really my jam. The 900 can be made to... It's okay. JCM 2000, I know nothing. I know zero, zilch, nada. I know that JVM really needs to be a plugin ASAP. And there's one based on it, I guess. Would the JVM be close to for Marshall? I mean, I know my Marshalls, but Bo really knows his Marshalls. The JCM 2000, I'm not sure what's going to get you that close. Now let's look at the other guitar player. We haven't even gotten into what we're here to see, but you know what? People ask questions here, and we like to go on tone chasing hunts. So we're going to do that, and because that's fucking rad. That's the bass player. Although while we're here, Sansamp, yeah, that's okay. That's not much to your rig there, but you don't need much more than a Sansamp and or direct input. So he just goes straight through the PA. Wow. That's tons of bass players. And I mean some gigantic names in the industry from throughout historically. I mean, historic iconic bass players have used nothing and only the SansAmp bass driver DI out in front of their amp. That hair. Get off me. All right. Now, where's the other guy? We got to find the other guy. Hate Bread? No. How much fun would it be to start a band called Hate Bread, but instead of like, not like B-R-E-D, but B-R-E-A-D, like, you know, and the songs could all be about why you don't need gluten. That's ridiculous, but still fun. All right. Nobody start that, okay? All right, what's he using? Also JCM 2000. So maybe I just made this up in my head that there was a 5150 on the stage. Maybe they were sharing a backline with somebody. They were touring with, the first two of the times I saw them, they were touring with Figure 4. And if you know who Figure 4 is, they became, well, most of them became Comeback Kid. It was Comeback Kid existed, and then Figure 4 with members of Comeback Kid, and then it was Comeback Kid again, but there was like different members. But Figure 4 sounded way more like they don't sound like Comeback Kid. Figure 4 was way more like hardcore, way more up the Hatebreed type stuff. More traditional hardcore, whereas I feel like Comeback Kid's got a little bit more melodic punk rock and stuff built in. He's also using the Rev G3 pedal. Interesting. What's he using it through? How's he using it? I'm curious. See, this is the kind of tone chasing we like to do here. And I know there's something there are these pedals, I would say you'd be, how can I say this? There will be some plugins out there based on the Rev pedals. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year or not. So I think if you're looking to get Hatebreed tone, Rev G4. Wow, he likes his Rev pedals. Interesting. I wonder if he's using that through like the effects loop. How would you be using that? Is he using it? God damn it. Now I'm curious. Post on Instagram. Oh, he's just using it. He's just got pictures of him. I don't know if he's actually using it or not. It just says he's got Instagram posts with him. All right, cool. So we figured that out. Let's go back to the tones. Now, if somebody can help me with this damn amp, that'd be great. Let's see. You experienced with doing okay. Sorry, guys. I got to catch up here. I've been yapping. Yeah, it super sucks. The Studio One is not my favorite. Are you talking about? What? I can't remember the amps. I know that somebody was talking about those amps recently and how much they suck. Madball, nice. I've seen Madball twice with only once on purpose though. Well, I would argue to say the other time I was there to see H2O. Not that I didn't like Madball. I always found Madball to be kind of like, hey, you can get mad at me for saying this. That's fine. I always found that they were like, I gotta fucking fix this. I always felt that Madball was just a tad bit generic. I always preferred bands like Strife. H2O was a weird vibe. They were like melodic hardcore, kind of. I don't know. Anyways, no sound. Oh no, 3D cam, audio L12X, and then Nembrini audio crunk, Nembrini. Namu's all right, but it's a little complex right now. I'll tear it down later. Exactly right. Vitar stuff is all right. When dude from you know what? I'm not saying that JCM 2000 sound like bad amps. That would be implying that Hatebreed has bad guitar tone. But one thing I love about EMGs is when I'll be honest with you, man, like a really bright sounding Marshall or a really bright sounding amp with an EMG 81 is magical. It is magical. But if it's a darker sounding amp and an EMG 81, it leaves a lot to be desired. We'll say that. It's not my favorite combination. All right, let's see what else we got here. You forgot Figure 4? Yeah, that's all right. It's not, they weren't even around that long. There was another fucking absolutely crushing Canadian hardcore band that was only around for about 10 seconds, and they were called Hollow Ground. If you can find anything from Hollow Ground, and it'd be the Winnipeg Hollow Ground, there's two, I think there are two Hollow Grounds. One's a thrash band, and one is a Winnipeg hardcore band. If you can find the Winnipeg Hollow Ground, you are going to be in for a treat. That is going to be your favorite hardcore band of your new favorite of the year. I'm just trying to just figure this out. This stand always just screws around when I'm not using it. I feel like it just gets ready. It hates me. That's better. Studio One is, yeah, it's good. Studio One, there's nothing wrong with Studio One. These, you know, the amps, the built-in effects and stuff and processing stuff like EQs and in Studio One are terrific. And I'm all caught up. VOD. Yeah, VOD was cool until they weren't. And you know exactly when they weren't cool anymore. And I'm gonna we're gonna do it. Because I remember getting this album and having a lot of people that we were all like waiting for this album to drop. And this is not like the new days where this is not like the new days of anything. Hold on. Where's fuck. You know what? Let's just play some guitar first. We'll get to that. Now, what am I doing wrong here? Because I'm not getting squat. I am not getting squat. Shift. It's not what I want. That's getting me more. That's all right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right now. I think I'm doing okay now. What do you guys think? Is this okay? Is this getting better? Yeah? Man, I mean, we're glad you're here too, dude. Anybody that happens to find their way in here, we grow organically. We don't spam things. I don't get a lot of shares, although I got a kick-ass share this week. Christian Coleman Slater from Cole Keller Audio, Cole Keller Cult. We did a stream on the Carnivore, and that'll be another thing we're going to be doing soon. He's going to send us more of his packs to rip on, and we're going to be doing some more stuff. Christian wants to come in. He really wanted to be in for that stream, but we couldn't make it work scheduling-wise. He's on a very different time zone from me, so we're going to have to we'll make something work where Chris will come in and hang out for a bit. I've known him for a bit. You know, I would say that I would consider us friends. I set him up with Luca. They did the Grindstein plugin, and you know, we've sparingly spoke since then, just very sparingly. You know, hey, would you like to check this out? How are you doing? That type of thing. And anyways, he edited a little clip of our stream about the Carnivore, and it's on his Instagram and Eminence, and it's pretty hilarious actually. It's just me. I'm to be honest, I'm quite cooked in the stream, and it was pretty funny. Anyways, I think the tone we've got going right now is pleasurable. Let's see what we've got now. That just cut it off. I don't want that. Let's just throw a screamer out in front. Which one? All right, let's fucking rock. Let's see what we got here. Nice. Wow. The twang is immense. It sounds terrific. We're going to get the low end up here with the EQ. Wow. That's way more modern, obviously, but shit. Deal. You got it. Mode 3 has always been my favorite, but you want mode 2. What's going on, Eddie? You got it. That does sound rather impeccable. A little bit too much top end. We're gonna turn. Man, this is a crisp sounding set of pickups. This is my Aurora tone set. This is a singularity here, and this is an ultraviolet neck. I am dabbling in the idea of pulling these out for a second set of a different set, a completely different set, looking set of Aurora tones, Leviathan set. I think we're going to try next in this guitar, but the tone profile of this guitar was a little interesting. A lot of guitars I've worked with are planks. There's a lot of guitars out there that we all use, like your average Ibanez RG. These guitars are essentially planks that you can put just about any set of pickups in, and they're going to sound pretty good. In most Ibanez RGs, you put any set of pickups, any premium set of pickups is going to sound pretty solid in an RG. But this guitar was a bit different. The tone profile had this kind of bit of this kind of mid hump in the low end, and I had to find a set of pickups that accented things rather than overblowing the low end. So I think the Singularity sounds really good, and I don't know that I want to mess with it entirely, but I'd like to showcase more Aurora tone for you guys since they are a channel sponsor. This is real close to some Lamb of God right now. Real close. Wait, that's wrong. That's entirely wrong. It's got to be a swing pace, obviously. All right. I think this, you got it. Eddie named off all the free stuff. He's got Windows. I'm going to go ahead and just go right here. Actually, the best noise gate I've ever used. It's not really a noise gate, but this is the denoiser. If we turn this off, it's not so bad because this gate's catching everything right now. Hang on. See what we got going on here. This is not a really noisy set of pickups, though. Hear that? And it's not like a gate, though. You just hit it, and it goes away entirely. It's just not there anymore. Whereas a gate is that I have a gate here. It's a free gate, and I would argue that this is the best free gate you're going to find. This is the Effector Silencer from Kuassa, Kuassa. This is free. You'll get it for $0.00, and it's idiot proof essentially. It's super easy to use. You'll be fine with it. And for anything that's a little more aggressive, where the denoiser is just getting absolutely cooked, I will add the effector silencer. Usually that's a kind of a example when I turn on the Slayer booster switch on with my EMG, my Gary Holt EMG. I click that switch, and instantly it's like you can hear this. It's like this noise where it wants to explode. All right, I'm more into this Coke now. All right, let's see what we got here. We're gonna get to some maybe some more brutal tones. Oh, sorry, you guys know that we do riff breaks around here. Riff break. Wow. Wonderful riff, isn't it? And actually, you know what? Brutal Impact, I'm going to ask your opinion. We're going to do it again, guys. I know you're probably getting sick of this at this point, but it's happening anyway. I'm sorry, but now it is being hijacked by Spirit World again. Waiting on the Reapers coming back for 1 millionth listen on our streams. And yes, we are going to listen to the guitar tone again. And absolutely, the backup vocals are coming out again. I gotta ask, Brutal Impact, are you down with the Spirit World? Because this tone right here, good, sweet. We do this all the time, but listen to this tone. Oh, the bell. Oh. So good. So good, and I love this singer so very much, and he doesn't mail it. You know, you guys know it better than anybody. You guys know it better than anybody. When you see a hardcore band about halfway through or at the end of their tour, the singer that's usually way up here, you know, like this dude right here. But then by the end of the tour, if you're seeing them on the end of the leg, you're going to get a lot of, you know what I mean? It's not up here anymore. It's down here. Another hardcore band that I like that a lot of people don't because of the singer, Raised Fist. Raised Fist, fan-fucking-tastic band that is. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever obsessed more over a hardcore band than I did Raised Fist in my younger years. That band, holy fuck, what a singer though. Love him or hate him, the dude can fucking sing. They started to suck though, it became kind of rap metal. You didn't hear it. You've never heard them until now? Brother! You know what? I only picked up Spirit World a couple years ago, but they've been around for a while. They dress like all Western and shit, and there's some like, no joke, there are some country songs mixed in with the hardcore, which is super weird, and they dress all like in rhinestones on stage and shit. It's great. I love that. All right, guys, let's keep playing some guitar. We're going to be on for a bit today. You know what? I'm running a disc golf league. I'm running a disc golf league this fall, and I'm doing it in a different way than I normally do, and it is causing me some stress. Otherwise, I feel comfortable sticking around for a while today. Oh, it's coming, guys. It's coming. The backup vocal of the century is coming. Let's do it. It's coming. It's coming. By the way, I'm out of sync, so if I'm trying to air drum or play along, it's just not. I haven't done the sync in a while. Fucking love it. All right, I got what I came for. I'm all set. We're going to listen to this album again, though. Holy fuck, this album's good. No Vacancy in Heaven we'll start it with. All right, we're going to keep playing some guitar here. We're going to be around for a while yet. Trying something new today. It is a strain called El Jefe. I don't think I can play that song, but I'm going to try right now. Oh, God, I love his singing. Love this dude's fucking voice. All right, so now I'm learning things about this amp that I didn't know before. Here we go. Oh, that's too much now. Back that off a little bit. Nice. What a great guitar sound, great guitar sound tone. Said those two words at the same time. Didn't always work out. These guys have been using 5153s for a good while. They do have an amp sim out there. There's a Spirit World amp sim made by this guy that, I don't know. I have had one person that tried it and told me it was total snake oil. I have not tried it. That is just a comment that I am regurgitating. I have also had one person tell me that it was quite nice. If you don't touch the settings too much, like if you kind of just go with the initial tone that they give you, which leads me to that sort of profile in a box kind of maybe vibe. But I'm gonna try it because I love this band and I feel like I should try it. I don't know. Has anybody out there tried it? I think Xander said he tried it. It was like maybe it's okay. It's okay. I don't know a lot of. I honestly, I know so many Metallica riffs, but I'm so rusty. That's all I played when I was a kid. But I'm so rusty at so much of it. Then like you're fucking up people's riffs in all those streams and stuff. It's like. This is D, which is my standard tuning. I hate E. I've never really liked E. E's just sounds like I'm tuning. It's always been tuning up. I've played most of the guitar I've played until I was 20. I started tuning down to D and drop. Not even a drop. I hate drop tunings because I injured my wrist here and my arm many moons ago, and in doing so, after healing, it's really hard for me to do the barring, the full, like, just like, you know, a lot of these people are, it's really hard for me to do that. It's easier for me to play power chords than it is for me to bar. So I never use tunings like that, but I do love, my favorite tunings are D standard and B standard are just like the 6 string, you know, B, not a 7, but B6 is standard, I guess. Yeah, E flat's fucking mint. Absolutely. It's crazy to me how much heavier E flat is than E. E can be heavy. And I'm not one of those people that's like, you can't be heavy. Well, there's a band called Anthrax and a band called Metallica and a band called like just fucking that. So many bands that played in E that had crushing tone. Why? Because they actually used their bass player to help with the guitar tones in E. So when you have an actual low octave, that's when you're fine tuning that, you know, that sound between the guitars and the bass. I don't feel like a lot of bands do that as like they used to. I feel like everyone is like, my tone is my thing. I'm not going to change my tone for the band. Whereas some of the best bands in the history of music had 2 guitar players that really, really catered their tones to filling each other in as opposed to just kind of standing alone on their own. And using your bass player, Pantera is probably the best example of that in the history of music. Pantera used Rex's bass tone to enhance, and the bass lines were exactly, they played along with each other, and the bass enhanced the guitar, worked, and it was one instrument, you know? The guitar and the bass were one instrument in Pantera, and I love that about that band. Yeah, E flat's crushing. But for me, my favorite tunings have always been D standard, B standard. I do like C sharp. I do like C sharp. I do like C as well. I like F sharp. I've got a baritone in F sharp. So there's really no tuning I dislike, except for drop tunings, mostly just because they're really uncomfortable for me. Pip. Obviously, Pip does beta stuff with STL tones. He is, I think, the only member of our team that's on the STL beta team. Pip, what do you think of this? I know Pip is also an absolute thrash monster, and he's a much better thrash guitar player than I am. So Pip, do you love it or do you hate it? Because normally with Pip, I can trust it's coming at me one way or the other. He either loves it or he doesn't love it. It's like, and when he doesn't love it, he doesn't love it. And that's what a lot of us here on this team are kind of like that. If it's something we like, we love it. It's something that we don't like, really don't like. So Pip, I need to know Pip. I need the Pip score on this one. I need it. Also, if anybody in the chat has any questions whatsoever, even one question about NAMM or any NAMM related product, this is the man. Ask your question now, because this is the man. I would put Pip's knowledge on NAMM and all the revolving, all the tech that surrounds it. I would put Pip's knowledge over just about anyone except for maybe the man himself. Actually, maybe arguably over Steve Atkinson. Maybe. I'm just teasing. Anyways, Pip knows his shit. Feel free to ask. I just learned it along with the music. Ah, sick. Let's see if I can get this next riff. Hold on. I know we just listened to this, but hang on. All right, let's do it. There we go. Wow, this sounds good. Holy smokes. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Waiting on the reverb. All right. I also have my own hardcore project. It's not bad. It's called Finishing Move. I've got, I think, 5 tracks. I will play you one of them that's actually finished. Is it actually? Hang on a sec. I have to look at my desktop for 1 second. So just look at the all face for 1 minute. If I have it right here, I'll just fucking play it right now. I don't know if I have it. I just wanted to check real quick. I don't think I have it. Not mixed down anyways. I thought I had a mixed down version of this. Or is it? Ooh, I know where it is. Ooh, I know where it is. Ah, I put it online. Yes, I did put it online. Ah. Oh, wait. Hang on, guys. No. I have no idea. Hang on a sec here, guys. I'm going to see if I can find something. Because if I have hardcore fans in here, I would at least want to show it off a little bit. No, I don't think I can. I have no idea how to get in here right now. Well, what a bummer. I'm going to look in one other place, and then we're going to be all right here. This PC, we're going to do a quick search. All right, so how are you guys doing? What are you guys up to this fine weekend? Do tell. I'm going to take a quick break in a few minutes, not just yet. Take a quick break. I'm running a disc golf league, and as mentioned, so I would love to be on here a bit longer today because I'm kind of feeling the vibe today in the house. So we'll be on here until we're done. And then after that, I have to bury myself in a computer and figure a whole bunch of crap out. And I have no idea. It's one of those things, even though I know what I'm doing, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm using it. I've never done it before. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be a bunch of work, but it should be fun. No, it's not looking like I have this song available. It's a bummer because I totally thought I did. I thought I had it mixed down. It's still looking, but I don't think I have it. Nah, it's not. Anyways, next stream, one of the next streams, I'll do some. People have been asking a few times, like, do you have more mixes? It's fun to listen to your stuff, and I don't mind sharing it if it's as long as it's AmSim content with you guys. You guys can be as critical as you want. To be honest with you, that's no problem. Be as critical as you like. One thing I've never claimed to be is a mixing, and like I've never claimed to be like an engineering wizard or like a top level home recording enthusiast. I have a very basic way of recording. It sounds good to my ears. I just kind of go with that. But a lot of hardcore, as Brutal Impact, as well as you're probably very well aware, a lot of hardcore bands use the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier. And that is a guarantee that I would say 2 out of every 3 hardcore bands are going to be dual rec. Just like back in the day, all the skate punk bands were using dual recs. And these days, it seems like every single American hard rock band on the earth uses rectifiers. Rammstein also half rectifiers. At one point, all rectifiers. Not anymore. I think it's just it's a crazy offset in that band. We have a couple streams about Rammstein, and you should go check them out because it's such an insanely huge offset in rigs between those 2 guitar players. One guitarist has like all the gear. He's got this massive, like all the dual rec, triple rectifier. And the other guy's like, I have this small. I have a fly rig. It's just literally like a little fly rig from Tech 21, and you're just like, ding, ding, all done. I'm sure his rig's more than that, but still, that's hilarious. For me, it's. Hold on, I just want to see what I miss. What I like it a lot. I do miss the plus switch. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Really? Okay. You like it a lot, but it's only a 7 out of 10. I like that. That's respectful. Sorry, respectable. You like the DB Quadro one more? Okay. I don't think this one needed a little help. Need a little help from the plumes, but like, man, like. Try a thrash riff. That's a little getting a little shrill there. Anyways, hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'm having a pretty kick-ass day today. I'm back to work. I thought I was going to be miserable by this weekend because I'm back to work after an extended holiday. As I do work in education, I get the same summer holiday as all the kids do. Well, in Canada, as I understand that in the States, the summer holidays for students are a little different. I think they're different in various places, but I get all of July and August off work. So then I got to go back in September, and yeah, you know, no big deal. It's been great, actually. I've had a wonderful first week back. So yeah, as mentioned, the streams do suffer a little bit. I'm only able to stream on Fridays and Saturdays, and yeah, it is what it is. Though we've had that schedule before, and we've done a lot of good work. I will be doing a stream tomorrow, and it's likely going to be. I'm not sure just yet what we're going to do, but I think we're going to do something. I mean, we could do it all about American hardcore. We've done streams like that before, but we could do it again. if Brutal Impact wants a stream of hardcore, yeah, I think you should get a stream of hardcore. I don't mind doing that, where all we listen to is the old tough guy stuff. Man, that'd be wicked. I was also thinking of doing a deep dive on some premium IR companies that maybe we don't always talk about. We don't always talk about Ownhammer. We don't always talk about York Audio. And we don't always talk about Valhalla. And I think all of these companies deserve their own stream, just like Eminence got, and just like I've done with Dr. Bonkers before. I think we should start doing some focuses on different IR companies and going through some of my favorite inclusions in some of those companies. It's tough right now with Ownhammer because they recently just swapped everything over. So a lot of the stuff that I have is no longer for sale, and they've upgraded a bunch of stuff. And I don't know that there's a way that to get any of this stuff. So now I have all this Ownhammer stuff that is essentially almost useless for me to promote because, and I don't use it for my own recording. So I'm just wondering, should I just delete it? Because that's a lot of space on my hard drive. And just deleting everything except for the stuff that I have that's currently for sale, like their essentials packs, not a bad idea. So maybe I'll do that to save some space on my machine. Now, because we were here, because Brutal Impact was so nice to hang out and chill with us today, the second half of the stream going to be after some hardcore tones. I'm going to go get my pink guitar, and I think do I want to go and get my EMG guitar? Now, I will just stick with the Mindsinger today. But still, we're going to be after some hardcore tones in the second half. We'll go just inside here, though. We're going to stick with the AmpHub because that's the title today. We're going to go after a few amps in here that I think would be wonderful for hardcore. As you can see, there's a few in here. Well, maybe we'll use the PRS Archon. Fantastic amp for hardcore. There's also a couple of cranks. And for a little while, there's a few hardcore bands using crank when crank was in their heyday. And they were giving away amps like candy to literally every band that was interested, it seemed. They were just handing them out. Them and Peavy. Both Crank and Peavy were, when Peavy did the 6505 and the 6505 Plus, Peavy was handing those to just so many bands that were using those. So many bands were using, and the 6534. They were like just handing them out. Coincidentally enough, both companies are now, well, Peavy's not all but out of business. I don't know. Is Peavy still in business? Do we ever know? It's not really that funny. You don't like seeing the downfall of a company. But, yeah. Anyways. You're a Celestian camp? You love okay, that's fine. Well, let's do it. Let's do a whole stream on Celestian. I have everything I have basically everything. I think I set you up with Ken Weller, yeah, Pip? Or did you meet Ken as well? I can't remember if I set that up or if you just like went and met Ken on your own. I can't remember. That was a long time ago. But yeah, Ken, I believe his name's Ken Weller. The people at Eminence are really awesome, super nice people. And the people at Celestian, also really nice people, have also hooked me up hefty in the past. So yeah, let's do a Celestian stream as well. Is it Celestian that's all their stuff is done in like the one weird... No, it's Eminence. Eminence does all their... not all of them, but some of them. In this weird little like triangle 112 cabinet? I don't know. Oh, okay. They did a Rockmaster pedal, a VTM pedal, a Decade pedal, some sweet shit. Nice. Well, that's nice that they're doing that. That's a lot. There's a lot less overhead making those pedals too. I would imagine. The JSX is in here as well. Yeah, that was another amp that very easily. I saw the Triple X on stages. Yeah, it's a super great amp. Yeah, we'll bust that out. We'll do some shreddies. We'll get some good hardcore tones, good solid metal tones. And what do I think of the Cali so far? Well, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I'm gonna get a little friendlier with the amp, and yeah, let's see where we go from there. I'm also eventually at some point soon gonna do a DB Quadro stream. I just want to go and try to pick up as many of the plugins as I can. And I mean, I've asked him in the past to see if he would mind hooking us up with some stuff for review. I just don't think he doesn't seem like the type of guy that wants to give out freebies for promo or for content in exchange for content. I just haven't seen a lot of videos. I would love to see more videos of the DB Quadro stuff because it's really good. It's really, really good. I went and tried the 800, the free 800. It's super good. A whole bunch of their stuff is really good. All of it. Everything that I've dabbled in some of the trials already, and everything I've tried is really good. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm running it through a DAW. Here's my DAW right here. This is Reaper. Reaper is free, aka $60 if you're not a scumbag. $60 for I think it's still $60, maybe $70 for like a personal use license, but it is free to use for as long as you'd like. I think. I don't know if they cut you off at any point, but they definitely remind you, hey, you've been using Reaper for this long for free. So I would just suggest buying the personal use license. It's 60, 70, whatever it is. It's worth it. It's a fantastic DAW. It doesn't actually look like this. I've got a skin on it. All kinds of skins and stuff like that. I would suggest just getting to know Reaper on its own first, because you'll need, if you decide to go to Facebook or one of their awesome communities for help with Reaper, then you'll probably want to make sure there's no skin on it so they can help you, because things are in slightly different spots. They look a little different. And when you're trying to get to know Reaper, it's best that you don't have any skin on it and just use the standards, because all the videos, the tutorials, and there's a shit ton of them. All of those are going to be, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, I don't mind relicensing Reaper. Yeah, like Reaper's been around for a minute. Definitely, I've had it going now for, I don't know, shit. It's been about 15 years since I got back into recording. I took some time off. I took about 3 years off. 3 to 5. It's about three plus years off recording, and then eventually got back into it. And when I did, I was all Reaper since. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to get some Crusher tones going. Thank you so much for joining us. We have 10 people in the house today. It's awesome. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. And we are going to be doing some heavy stuff when we come back. What's the first amp we're going to start with for hardcore tones? Why not just go with the Diesel Herbert? Because I recently saw, and if you ask me which one, I'm not 100% sure. I was watching a video of we called them hardcore. Not old school hardcore, but it's kind of like a new school hardcore. And both dudes were using diesels. One guy had a VH4 and the other guy had a Herbert. Classic. That stage must sound fucking awesome. If the air's actually moving, or if I don't know if they were just for the video or whatever. But anyways, guys, give me about, 3 minutes or so, and I will be back at you. And we'll probably be sticking around here for at least another hour. Just see what we got in the back end. My challenge for you my discussion in the meantime. What's the band that got you into hardcore? Or if you're not into hardcore at all, why? What don't you like about the genre? And I'm curious. It's not like a pissing contest. No one's going to jump on your back about it. I always just like to know. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, and give me 2 or 3. Remember when we were talking about Vision and Disorder and the songs that the album that maybe led them astray from the path a little bit? Whoops. This would be the one. This is the one I'm talking about. This is one of them anyways. I remember when this album came, was this one came out? I don't think it was this one. Was it this one though? Hold on. No, it was this one. It was From Bliss to Devastation. There was the fucking, what was the song? What was the song? It was on this album. It was this one. Yeah, it was that was the song. Living to Die. Boom, boom, ba da 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 boom. They tried to do new metal, but they tried to do it in like D or like C. So all these other bands are like, boom, 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 and they're like, tear, 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 tear. Tear, tear, tear. If you're gonna play new metal, tune down. Like, down. If you're playing new metal and you're not in at least B, come on. What are we doing here? It's like there's the one gent band that plays in C sharp. What are we doing here? Yeah, that's not what. I guess that way you can still have a bass though. Anyways, that was the song I was talking about. It's not good. I have to wash this out of my brain with something good. How about some, if we're talking about good shit, let's talk about, how about Do Scented? Ooh. What, is there a stranger named band than Do Scented? What the fuck is with that? Did you name it after a candle? Did somebody dare you? What is the deal with, why would you, what? That's just such a strange band name. I'm figuring this out. It's being a dick. Are you done? All right, cool. How's everybody doing? Free trials. Yeah, man. Nam. Man, Nam makes, oh guys, Brimir starting. My deaf cat is playing with his ball, and I have nothing else to tell you. You're gonna hear him. He's deaf. He's playing with his ball, and he's a loud motherfucker. I can take, maybe I might be able to intercept the ball, but we'll see. Hey, remember that thing we were talking about earlier? Guys, remember that thing that we were talking about earlier with Thomas? Well, yeah. This is what we were talking about. And if you haven't heard him, you gotta. It's so fucking good. If you haven't seen them kicking off Summer Breeze 2025, if you haven't seen it, we're going to fucking do it right now, actually. Why? Because we can. Summer Breeze. Goody. And we're going to go listen to this song, actually. This is how the festival started, okay? I want to point that out. This is how fantastic is what that is. All right, guys, so we're going to continue playing some tones here. We're going to get some brutal hardcore tones, and I think one good place to start would be this guy right here. We're going to keep the cab the same because the cab the same sounds fine. So, all right, let's get this fucking crushing. Whereas for hardcore, I always thought that the ideal tuning for hardcore was C. B sounds good too, but I think C sounds really good. I think there's a lot of hardcore bands that play in C too. I know Hatebreed does. There's a handful of them. Remember what happened to Earth Crisis? That was another hardcore band that, whoa, fucking whoa, whoa. I can remember that when that one album comes out, if you don't remember when Earth Crisis did their new metal album, because a whole bunch of hardcore bands had to pay the bills at one point, and they were going to do fucking hardcore. They were going to do new metalish type shit. Now, the mid-cut feature is something that's really amazing. And you're going to see that particular mid-cut feature, I can promise you, this particular mid-cut feature here on the Herbert is going to be mentioned a lot in about a couple weeks. A couple weeks from now, you're going to hear a lot about that feature. So bookmark that thought. And you might be thinking, why the fuck would I be hearing a lot about one single amp feature on a diesel Herbert? Well, just remember that I said that. And for those of you that in the comments right now, I know there's a couple of you. If you know, you know. This mid-cut feature is super cool. What I like to do is jack up the mids a little bit first. I'm noticing I'm having to push the top end here a little bit. So what I'm going to go do to make it just a little snazzier is I'm going to go get me a 57. So we can get rid of this 421. Why does it feel like I'm just, like there's such a, there. It does sound good, but let's see what else is available, shall we? Let's just see. All right. So what else is here? We've got a crank. I think crank would be sick for some. Let's try some. All right. Ooh. Yeah. Solid. And that's without really touching anything. I think this is going to do an excellent job, but I think that we don't need the tube screamer for this one. I think we can go without it. With or without doesn't really matter to me. A lot of the hardcore bands I saw, like the old school, we'll call them old school at this point, but they're not really technically old school. A lot of the bands, we'll call it the hardcore bands of the 90s and early 2000s. A lot of those bands were using rectifiers with no boost. They were just using their ears and really dialing in that tone and just getting it to sound really good. And I think that's, for me, that's more of a hardcore tone. But then metalcore changed the game when it came to boosting, and arguably it tightened everything up. And then a lot of hardcore bands started using the same kind of techniques. And I mean, obviously, hardcore existed pre-metalcore, and it was sort of a mixture. We could talk about it so we're blue in the face, but it was sort of like the influence from Sweden coming over to North America and influencing hardcore bands to get a little bit more melodic, or to form new bands that were a bit more melodic. And that's where that sound came from. But prior to metalcore, a lot of hardcore bands weren't really using boosts. They were just using straight out of the amp. Guys, you're going to have to give me 1 second here. Give me one.
Thank you, Maeve. Settle down, please.
You're both wrong. It's my vagina.
It cannot be all your vaginas.
I also have a vagina.
Well, congratulations. Please sit down.
It's my vagina.
Enough. Thank
It's my
you.
vagina.
I understand what you are all trying to get.
It is my vagina.
You don't have a vagina. You do not have a vagina in the same way that I do not have a vagina.
My vagina.
Would you all just sit down?
What a great what an amazing sound clip to leave you guys with. That's incredible. Let's go back. What a clip. This song is simply called Vagina Apocalypse. And if you listen to stupid metal like I do, and many of us do, you can appreciate silly song titles. You think so? Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm just talking. Yeah, I know it benefits from a boost, but when I'm talking about old school hardcore, we're getting those Hatebreed sounds. And when you go and listen to Hatebreed, the guitar tones aren't tight. You know what I mean? Like, let's listen to Hatebreed for a second here. Let's listen to Tear It Down. Here we go. Let's just do it. It's a short song. That's not that tight. Excuse me. Obviously, we know that's Marshall now that we've looked into it a bit more. It's not Mesa, it's Marshall. And it sounds terrific, but to me, he found another ball. Seriously, are you kidding me right now? Oh, good Lord. He's mad. He's mad that I took the ball away. Oh, calm down. He's pissed now. He's like, where's the ball, dude? Why'd you get to take the ball, dude? Poor guy. I feel like I'm a monster. Anyways, hold on. Drop C. Yeah. Mids. Wow, typos. Because scooping the mids is the shit. It is. I agree. Crank are slept on. And I think it's only a matter of time before... I mean, how hard would it be for somebody to connect with the dude who owns the Crank brand name right now? Eddie, you know this. Eddie must know this. Who owns the Crank brand name right now? The rights to the name. How hard would it be just to knock on that person's door? Digitally, of course. You're not going to go to the guy's fucking house unless you're insane with a lot of money in a suitcase or something. That'd be weird, right? But like, yeah, anyways, if you could, how easy would it be to do that? Are you serious right now? He's just breaking my balls now. How hard would it be, though, to go and get this guy and get him on board with a nice percentage and just be like, all we need is the name and maybe access to some schematics or something, you know, like something to really help us nail the sound of this. You know, bring the person in and say, you know, you get to test everything and, you know, you get approval, whatever. But I mean, how hard would that be realistically? It could not be that hard. So hopefully in someone's future, in some developers' future, there could be a Crank, you know, a licensed Crank suite where they give you like, you know, which amps would you see if there was a 3-amp suite, like, probably be 3 or 4 amps. Which amps would you like to see specifically in a suite like that? Or if anybody else in the chat, these are the things we like to talk about. So let me know. What do you guys think? That could definitely work for hardcore. Let's shave some of the tone off there. That's not bad. Oh my Lanta. A little bit too much on the top. Let's shave off some of the... I don't know what's happening right now. Ronnie, what's going on, dude? Man, man, he is just making. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. The joys of doing streams in your house. When pets start to make strange noises that you've never heard before, you're like, what the fuck? You can tell I've been watching way too much Mayor of Kingstown. Way too much. So then my F-bombs are off the charts right now. Off the charts. F-bombs. All right. Oh, yeah, I do want cranks. Ugertone. The Ugertone one's not licensed. There's no way. At least I don't believe it is. I really like that Ugertone one. Really. I don't dislike it. I know it's done by VTAR. VTAR, once upon a time, I don't know if you guys remember these. The Honest Amp Sim Reviews... VTAR, we did and Lewin Albani, we did this like collaboration, and it was pretty fucking fun. There was a bunch of amps that VTAR did. They were Windows only, and they had no power amp involved. It was just a preamp, and they sounded pretty good. And there was one was a crank, and it sounded pretty stellar to me, anyways. DB Quadro, dude. I can't remember the name of the actual plugin. Although Pip and Eddie are going to be like, bam, with it. A good Mark Series plugin. There are 3 of them now. There's one here in AmpHub that we tried at the first half of the stream, which is, I'm going to say, pretty damn solid. The one from Neural DSP is, it's pretty good. Although I've heard I've heard several people whose ears I trust that say they like the DB Quadro Mark Series more than the Neural DSP version. That's saying something. This guy's talented. He does not like to respond to emails at all, but he is very talented over at DB Quad. And they've got a brand new free product, so check out if you want to check out the quality. We're going to be using it probably sometime in the next couple of streams. I'm going to be finally streaming with some DB Quadro stuff. I'm going to install the trials that I haven't already exhausted, and we'll try a bunch of them in the same stream, and hopefully we can drive some business their way to try and show these people, or this guy. It's usually smaller companies are generally just one person or 2 people. And let's show this company that we love their shit. You know what I mean? And all we can do to do that is get together and go over a bunch of their software in a stream. I think that'd be super fun. But yeah, I'm hearing that that's the way to go. So I don't know. You be the judge. You try. You can try the Neural DSP one for free. You can also try the DB Quadro one for free. So try both of them. Yeah, Ronnie, you need to. But honestly, and if anybody's out there, if you buy anything from DB Quadro, if you buy anything from any developer, really, if you wouldn't mind dropping them a line and being like, or if they say, where did you hear about us? You know, something like that, and just dropping a line and say, yeah, I saw your product here. I love it. Or just let them know on social media even. You know, I bought this product and I love it, and I heard about it from the AmpSim universe. It helps us out in the long run, helps us grow. All right, let's see what else we got here. These are some of my favorite. We always end up getting stuck on these every single time we open up AmpHub. You can go back, all the AmpHub updates. Ooh, more ensemble. We nailed that tone the other day. We did. We nailed that Kerry King tone with that Kerry King plugin and the proper pickup and booster setup. We crushed it. We crushed it. Too bad that plugin is gone. Man, that makes me sad. I can't play that riff for shit anymore. Fuck. Fuck. Hands up. Can you, who out there can play War Ensemble like super efficiently? That's a fucking hard riff. Sure, there are plenty ways to sort of cheat it and make it still sounds rad. But watch all the War Ensemble covers you can find out there. There's a few of them where there's string skipping, not string skipping, but they're alternate picking and stuff. And you can do the like I guess Kerry King's doing alternate picking, but just playing it very much differently. There's also that triplet way to play it. It's kind of like that cheater way. I can't play it for shit. I'm just massacring this classic metal riff. Someone out there is being made very uncomfortable. You don't want to fuck up a Slayer riff in front of a Slayer fan. They might pull a homemade shiv right out of their wallet. You might not leave that scenario. So always have a Slayer riff. As one musician always told me that. He said, before you go on the road, always make sure you're armed with some Slayer riffs, because there are going to be people in every bar you go to. There's always going to be a guy that yells, Slayer! And you want to be able to fucking shut that guy's hole playing in a punk band. So I would always be the guy that if somebody yelled Slayer, I would bust out a Slayer riff. And the person at the back of the bar is like, watch this. It's going to be hilarious. It's fucking punk band. Slayer! And then the fucking dude's just... You play it perfectly, and then the guy's like, well then, I knows how to play some Slayer. But then we had this local band with this absolute monster of a guitar player that one time this one dude did yell Slayer, and he played War Ensemble more perfectly than I've ever heard it played. And this guy was not playing in a metal band, not by any means. Very much a pop punk band, not skate punk, but pop. And this guy pulled out a blistering and perfect War Ensemble riff, and that just got fucking cheers from everybody in the room. So it was perfect. So lo and behold, the lesson learned here, folks. If you're going on the road, if you're even going to go play some gigs, play some shows. Gigs is like an old term. I mean, it's a boomer term. You can't call them gigs anymore. They're shows. I'll call them whatever the fuck I want, because I was a concert promoter forever. Anyways, always be armed with a Slayer riff, no matter what type of band you're in. I don't care if you're in a jazz quartet. There's some hammered guy at the back of the room. It's on a terrible date at a jazz bar he doesn't want to be at, and he's just like, fuck this date, Slayer! And then fucking some guy, fine. Wait, no, we've got too much. Wait, hold on. I know that was super loud, so if I just blew anybody out there. Anyways, we're working with AmpHub today. We're shooting the shit. I'm talking too much. It's a Friday. This is what we do on Fridays. I talk way too much. Saturdays are usually more about the tone. Whew. Yeah. They're not saying there's anything wrong with the Ugatone one, by the way. Nothing wrong with that amp sim whatsoever. It's fantastic. Is Pip still here? Brain Dead, you're still here, man. It reminds me of that part of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where, like, you know when they jump into like their dads, and they're like, excellent, instead of going like, it goes, it does this like nice little jazz pass. One of the best. That always makes me laugh. That part, always, every time. Now, whoever thought about doing that, fucking genius. Fantastic. Because you know there was someone in that room like, man, it'd be way cooler if the old guys just like let it shred into the shred. No, let's make it cooler. Let's do that instead. Fantastic. How much noise is there going on right now? There's no noise happening. Zero. Nothing. This is fantastic. Wow. And yeah, so every time we use AmpHub, we get stuck on the cranks every single time. Why? Because they're rad, and you go past them and you're like, oh, look, a crank. Every time. I cannot go by them without being like, oh, okay, oh, damn. I got sucked me in every time. What are we going to do that's close to Hatebreed, though? I saw this mentioned earlier. We're going to have to jump into this beast, too. Just like we do every time we pass this one. We're so predictable here. We're just so predictable. So how do you guys feel? I just remembered something I wanted to start the stream with in the early kind of opening monologue. How do you guys feel about bands that rip off other riffs and do it blatantly? I have such a question. Like, not just like small riffs, but like iconic riffs. And we're going to talk about that right now, just for real quick. Guys, there was a song that I found from a band called Wolfheart. I don't know if you've heard of Wolfheart. I'm a huge fan, and I heard their new song. But when I heard their new song, let me see if you guys can guess, because there are two different songs that are ripped off in this song. Really hard. And I don't want to be that guy like the Jacobra Records guy that's like, I watch things good. I notice small things. He's cool, and I think those people that fake it should get called out. But this isn't faking it. This is just that songs are just like, I don't think that there's any way that you could say maybe they didn't know, but man, let's just go over it. Let's go over it real quick, shall we? Not this riff. And let me see if you guys know the next riff. Where's this riff from? The singer in this band's terrifying. I hope he never hears this. But he probably won't. But still, it is what it is. It's worth mentioning. But it's also worth mentioning I love this band. Here we go. What do we think, guys? Then there's the next riff, too. Next riff as well. We're going to talk about the next riff as well. Hang on. It's a cool riff, though. Next riff, though. Here comes another one. I want to point out that this is a good song, though. But there's another riff right after this, and you're like, oh, wait, what? I don't know. Am I nuts? We do this from time to time. We listen to riffs and we do this thing. But even though my wife and I were listening to this song, and we're both big Demu fans, and we're also we're big fans of both Demu and Behemoth. Actually, these were the bands that we bonded over when we first met, and we couldn't have but both look at each other during this listening to. We both like Wolfheart as well. We both have Wolfheart T-shirts, and we saw there was a Release Radar, a new Wolfheart song. We clicked it on while we were cooking, and both of us just stopped and looked at each other like, "Whoa!" And so I'm not nuts. I don't think I'm nuts. I mean, I'm halfway nuts, halfway cooked right now, anyways. But let's see what else we got. And once again, this thing crushes. There's another amp sim in here. It's not giving me the vibes I want right now. So there's something that's got to be turned down here. There's something there. I don't. Why does it sound almost like fuzz? Sometimes these pickups hit things in a way that just kind of like, not weirds me out, but I'm just like, hey, wait, what's that? All right, so we're going to keep moving. Keep on moving. We got about another 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to be out of here. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back in here, probably a mixed bag of stuff. Maybe we'll go over some DB Quadro. I want to go over I want to start doing streams on particular IR companies as well, because I think there are a lot of companies out there that aren't getting necessarily the recognition they deserve. There aren't a lot of companies doing a lot of marketing, though. And because it's just not in the budget. IRs, when you make IRs, you shoot IRs, it's a labor of love, because the packs really, people complain when an IR pack goes above a certain amount, because that was sort of the market standard was set at X price, that they should not exceed a certain price. So for some people, when they exceed that price, it gets a little bit like they get pissed, and like, we don't have to get pissed. You don't have to buy it. You know what I mean? Whoa. Fuck. We can't not do this riff break, boys. We can't not do it because we know we're going to have to. I challenge you. Listen to this riff and try not to move a muscle. Nothing's allowed to tap, and you're not allowed to headbang. Nothing. You just have to sit there stone-faced and listen to it without moving. Ah, I failed. One of the best, one of the heaviest songs ever written, in my opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. Boy, did this album ever divide Sepultura fans, though, when it came out? Holy shit. You guys want to see a meltdown? This was almost like a today's meltdown. You know when, like, these days where every single fan of every single band that's 30 or younger just sort of expects that band or that artist to do everything they specifically want and they envision, or else it's a complete, like, they have a shit fit online and they start hating everything. That existed, but people did it in a different way. It was just people who did it vocally with their mouths out loud and in print. And there were a lot of Sepultura fans that, for like fanzines, and you see reviews on this album, and like pre-internet stuff, and definitely pre-social media, and you're reading some of this stuff, and like some of these fans were really, really mad. But then the majority of the rest of the fans, the majority of the fans, I would say like 70% of them loved the album, probably 60, 70%. And then, of course, they just they got that whoomp of that huge amount of new fans that came in because of Roots. So I always saw Roots as being a really awesome, it was a risk. They took a risk. They decided, hey, we want to sound exactly like that Korn album. They went with the same producer, same studios, same amps, same everything as the first couple of Korn albums. And they did it, and man, they listened to this. It fucking sounds crushing. Anyways. I think I lost the chat. It's frozen. Hold on, guys. Chat froze. Oh, everything's busted. Wow, I missed a shitload of comments. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I was frozen at... I miss my PVXX. No, no. I was frozen at just plain black metal plagiarism. One of the Guar songs off the last album, I used one of this love riffs, and I didn't change it at all. Well, there was that one section of that Green Jelly song where they got Metallica sued them, and they had to take Enter Sandman out of Electric Harley House of Love. If you don't remember Green Jelly or Green Jello, as they were originally called, fantastic band. Three Little Pigs, fantastic song. Danny Carey's first. It must drive Tool fans fucking mental. If you want to drive a Tool fan fucking mental, and we all do, don't we? I don't dislike Tool. It's just, let's be honest, some of the hardcore Tool fans can be insufferable and just as anal retentive as human beings can really get. So you really want to tease the Tool fan, and everybody knows one too. You want to tease the Tool fan in your life. Here's what you do. You ask them, what was Danny Carey's first, I think, which award did he get? Was it a Grammy? It wasn't a Grammy. Which album did Danny Carey receive his very first award for? And all of them will jump on, well, I mean, it'd have to be the commercial success of Animus. I don't know. It has to be this album. It has to be Ladder Outs. No. It was Green Jelly. I think it was Serial Killer was the album. And the first big award he got was for Three Little Pigs, which he drummed on. Fantastic. Yeah, they're very much still active. And that they made a fucking that comment about fucking Ozzy. That meme about Ozzy after he came out, after he passed away. Holy shit. And if you don't know, I don't know if I feel like some people thought that even Ozzy would have gotten a kick out of it, but it said something. They're like, we're late with this, and they posted it a few days after Ozzy's passing, and said, Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. Now 3 days sober, and you're like, holy shit! It was something to that effect, and I was like, oh my God, that's brutal. But still on the edge. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone's trying to be on the edge now. But yeah, they're still very much active. They're still very much touring. And I would love for them to come to Canada. But we all know that band is... I don't know if they get over borders or not. Do they? The singer seems like a really professional dude. So I don't know. Also, is Brutal Impact still in the house? Brutal Impact. Here's another one you want to get in its other form is the Ignite Amps Emissary. That is a plugin that you'll want to get your hands on. It's not in AmpHub here necessarily, but the free version that comes along with this IR loader right here that you can get for free along with the Emissary. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's too funny to be offensive. But man, Charles Manspeaker, that's right. He's totally open to fans just dropping by, putting on costumes, and joining in on festivities. Yeah, he seems to be super nuts. That is a band, man. Like, I remember the first time I heard, I saw the video, actually. I saw the video, and many of you are maybe still too young to remember. It makes me feel so old. But, like, I grew up in an era where you heard your new music on MTV or Much Music, depending on where you lived. And I remember we had this heavy metal show as every day. It was the Power Hours, just all heavy metal videos. And that came on, and believe it or not, that song actually went into the top 10 on the Canadian charts, not metal charts. But that song, Three Little Pigs, was once upon a time on American charts as well. It was really high on the American charts. People just, for some reason, people just fucking love that song. And having covered that song in a band at one point in my life, and I had to sing the not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I sang that while drumming. And it was one of the funnest songs I ever got to cover. We also, coincidentally enough, we also covered Guar in that same set. Ooh, it's actually available on YouTube. Oh man, shit! I don't know if I want to go dig that up. Do I want to go dig that up? Oh man, I don't think I want to go and dig that up. There's some really bad video footage of me playing in a band where it was just all like 90s metal, like 90s metal classics. It was the theme of the show. Every band that played did nothing but 90s, 80s and 90s metal classics. And it was a super fun night. Not very well attended because there was a storm, but the people that were there were super, super drunk and had a great time. What am I jamming on? So what am I jamming on? No, you're asking him. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Yeah, I'm going to be here tomorrow. We'll do some fun things. Also, for those of you that use the Quad Cortex and other platforms, Strange Angles just came out with a pack. The same fella that did one of the Marshall amps in the recent Bogren Marshall one knob series, a huge, I can't remember his last name, huge something or other. Ooh, that's a bad look. I just can't think of his last name off the top of my head. His name is Huge. He's got impeccable amps. He's got lots of amps. He's a great guitarist. He's got a YouTube channel and popular YouTube channel, and he's done a recent pack with Strange Angles that I believe is for the Quad Cortex and a few other platforms. So check that out. It's not for NAMM just yet, although everything else they have is for NAMM. I can honestly tell you that Strange Angles has some really sick stuff coming up, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for all the different stuff. And if you're looking for NAMM stuff, by the way, Brutal Impact, check out Strange Angles. Okay, it's something that you might want to have a look at if you're using some NAMM stuff, because man, whew, this company knows what's up. Yeah, I like his channel. Yeah, Velverta. That's right. I didn't want to fucking... once in a while, I just say Velveeta. Because sometimes my brain just looks at a word and just says what it looks like. And I'm just like, I didn't want to say it in that moment because I didn't want to offend the man. But in my own mind, sometimes I'll say huge Velveeta. And I'm sorry. It's not trying to insult the man's last name. Velverta. Yeah, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate all of you being here today. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And if you want to comment after the fact, if you're watching this later, please do comment. We like that. I will answer them almost always. And if it's not, unless it's, you know, if it's nice, or if it's a question, if it's a debate that's worded like an adult, for example, if you leave something stupid, I am just going to delete it, and that'll be the end of that, because we're not feeding the trolls. But if we do encourage people, if you are watching these after the fact, people that do find us will often go back through the episodes and watch a bunch. So please feel free to do that. Brutal Impact. We have lots of stuff back a ways in the 150 plus episodes, hours and hours, 300, 400 hours of content probably at this point. So please do check out some of the other stuff. And we go by product, by genre, by everything else. So yeah, I will be talking to you guys tomorrow, and I can't wait. So please have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow, and I will see you next Friday. Cheers, everybody, and thanks for being here.
And he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.